Breathe. You are holy. Breathe, breathe. You are a piece of art. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Your tears are telling your story. Breathe, 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 breathe. You are still here on earth for a reason. Your life is still unfolding like a soft blanket. Oh, breathe, 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 breathe. Your heart is calling out to you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. My love, listen to it. You are loved. Breathe. John Rodell. He posted along with this poem that he wrote this as a breath. I didn't quite recite it in the way that he wrote it, but you can see this. Breathe on the intake. You're holy on the out breath. Breathe, breathe. You are a piece of art. Breathe, breathe, breathe. There will be an answer. Let it be. It's so important right now to all people in all the world to remember to breathe and to remember that we are one with divine source, that we are one with source creation, that we are one with the God of your understanding, and that there can never be any separation. And that ultimately we are all safe and we are all okay. And in the meantime, walking through this physical life, we must remember to breathe and stay present. Present moment awareness and your holy breath. Christ in you, the hope of glory. Your divinity, your God self, the power and presence of a presence that many of us call God, that is in the over-abiding love of all that is. Whatever that presence and power is, we can rely on it. Unity does not teach, I do not teach, that God is a man in the sky. And he definitely is not a white man in the sky. And even then, I use the masculine pronoun. And those of you that are in the study groups with me know that I have a real issue with the masculine pronouns that have, for centuries, been the norm for communication. That never had to be. But it's the way cultures unfolded when we took God out of the present moment and God out of the vibration, the frequency, the resonance, whatever you want to call that overriding presence. At some point in time, someone said, let's make it a white man and let's put it in the clouds. And let's anthropomorphize it. I don't know, I wasn't there. They didn't invite me into the conversation. But that is a belief that millions of people on planet Earth adhere to. It is the divinity of whatever that Godhead is. It is the presence and the power of whatever the isness is. I often tell you, I don't know what God is, I just know God is. And it is from that place that we find our power and our presence, and we remember who we are, so that we stop giving our power away, so that we can let it be, as Paul McCartney and John Albano say. Hello, there's a couple of Godheads. Listen. Find your breath. Find your breath. Find that place within you so that you can deepen your understanding and know that the Christ in you is the hope of glory. We are in Lent. And many people think of the Christ as Jesus. Jesus continually said that you, the kingdom of God, is within you, that your power is within you. He never, well, again, I wasn't there in the conversation, but I highly doubt that he ever called himself Jesus Christ. He was Yeshua. One interpretation of his name. He was rabbi, he was friend. He was brother. Wasn't the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. That is never what he meant. He walked those 3 years trying to get people to understand their own divinity. And last week, I used this verse, that it is said that Jesus said on the cross, if it is possible, or it was in the Garden of Gethsemane, let this cup pass from me. Not my will, but thy will be done. Jesus was following a sole purpose. The only thing that makes sense to me to come to planet Earth is that we agreed to some purpose that we were going to fulfill, something we were going to learn, something that we were going to be a part of. That is the divine purpose. Are we going to, you can make a choice to set that aside, not what I want, not what my egoic personality wants, because that's easy to slip into, and let that egoic personality be your guide. Or do you want your higher self? Do you want that will to be done? Do you want that part of you that remembers, because somewhere we do remember why we're here? Do you want that to be what guides you along your path? To remember, to remember, to remember, to remember Christ in you, your hope of glory, one presence, one power. We can never be separated from God. Last night, my kids and I were sitting in the living room, and I said to them, I never want to live in a vegetative state, dependent on some machine and fluids from a bottle. If that ever happens to me, just pull the plug. They got up, unplugged the computer, and threw out my wine. And then she said, the little bastards. Where are you giving your power? Where are you giving your power? Where are you escaping? What are you escaping into? Come back into that present moment awareness of finding that place within you your holy presence. Where do you find more power? When you give your power away to someone, or when you take a moment and reflect and breathe and be in the silence, whatever mode works for you, to come back into that knowing that you are one with all that is, with everything that's going on in the world. And I've told you this before, and I'll probably keep telling you this until I don't anymore, that with all of the multitude of feelings that come into my body with everything that's going on in the world, from anger and fear and disgust and despair and sadness, within me there is that quiet place that says it's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. Beyond anything else, I hold on to that feeling. I hold on to that voice. And I breathe into that. I breathe into that place. And I take time and I look for the good. I look for all of the good things that are being done in response to all the other things that are going on, to all the cruelty that is going on. I look for where people are showing up, and I look at just all of the beauty. Last week, the week before, I ran into Chaz as I was coming out of Sprouts, and she and I and my dog Bella ended up going for a walk. And then she came over to the house with something that she wanted to give me. She gave me that, what she wanted to give me, but she also brought me 2 pictures that when she went home, she told Xiomara where she was going and asked if she wanted to draw me a couple of pictures. And she drew pictures. Did you get to see them, Adam? I doubt that you did. Of course, you see so much artwork. But I was so moved. One of them was meditation. Blue spirals. She sits here in this room with us. What is she, 7?
She's 5.
5. And she gets it. She knows it. She feels it. And then this other beautiful piece. Look for the good. I have wonderful refrigerator art. My grands are too old for that now, I guess. Yeah, actually, if I asked for it, they'd probably send me some. But look for the good wherever you are. And then Chaz also brought me this little vase, this sweet vase with wildflowers that she had just picked from her garden. There is so much good in the world. There is so much beauty. There is so much love. And the more time that we can take to remember that, to witness that, to be that for other people, and we find that place to find our breath. And from there, we gain our strength to do what is ours to do our sole purpose. Always remember to ask yourself, to remind yourself every day, why am I here? What is mine to do? I am one with the power and presence of source creation. No one and no thing has power over me. There is only one presence and one power. And each of us are one with that. I want to share with you a piece that was written by Darlene Strickland. She's a colleague, Unity of the Blue Ridge in North Carolina, that was hit so hard with Hurricane Helene. They're still recovering from that, and now they have these terrible wildfires that are going on. Who am I beneath the face that I see and the skin that I feel? Who am I beyond the memories, the conditioning, the programming? Who am I beyond the noise? What name does my soul go by? I am not merely the roles I play or the labels the world has placed upon me. I am not the scars of my past or the fears of my future. Beneath it all, I am the silent witness, the breath between thoughts, the still point within the storm. I am the one who sees, the one who knows, the one who loves without condition. My soul does not need a name, yet it sings one in every heartbeat. It whispers in my longings, moves in my laughter, and shines through my tears. It has always known the way home. If we could remember, truly remember, we would walk this world with less fear and more wonder. We would meet each moment as sacred, each soul as kin. We would no longer strive to become enough because we would know I am. So today, turn inward, not to escape, but to awaken, to remember what is eternal within your being, to rise above the static of the world and return to the truth. I am whole, I am light, I am love expressing. I am that. I am. And so it is.
Amen.